It's your girl Kay Spacely. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new, which chances are you are because I just made my channel. Here we do everything DIY, whether it is hair care, skincare, winemaking, cosplaying, really anything that I'm inspired to do, I'm bringing you along for the ride. So if that is something that you want to be on board with, go ahead and hit the subscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell so you can get any notifications for new Space Cadets videos. And let's get right into today's project. I'm currently making Lychee rose wine, and it just dawned on me like I'm missing an opportunity to offer a bundle, a self-care bundle, if you may, that includes the wine and a candle. So I went to Candle Science and I got these Lychee blush fragrance oils, and this one is so beautiful. It has a mix of fruity and floral, and it's a very light scent. It makes me hopeful about spring, and it's something that I think will make it into the summer. It's such a beautiful scent. This fragrance has sweet lychee, crisp apple and pear top notes. It has lotus and peony, and it has musk and sugar on the base. So this is a very light, it's a very spring fragrance to me, which is beautiful because we're going into April. And I'm like, it would be perfect to pair this with my Lychee rose wine because the scents are close in like the lightness and how refreshing it is. But then to have a self-care bundle of the wine and the candle, I was like, that makes sense. Now, obviously, this is for local sales. I cannot sell my wine online. So if you can't make a farmer's market where I'm at, or if you're not a part of like my local network, I'm sorry. At some point, I probably will have a liquor license and we could come back to this. But if you are interested in a candle, I'll have my Shopify link in the description, as well as I have other rose products. I have the rose self-love body oil, the rose body wash, and I do have perfumes for the rose. If you're looking for that, it will be right on my Shopify. Now, outside of the fragrance oil, I wanted to try something new. I am a soy wax girly. I love soy wax for its fragrance throw, and fragrance throw is when you light a candle and how the scent ruminates throughout the room. I want the strongest amount. The reason why I started making my candles is because Yankee candles started falling off for me. I don't know if my area was starting to get all of their duds or whatever it was, but I felt like I was in an era of I buy a candle, and these candles are not cheap. Like, they're over $20, and they don't have any presence in the room. They're just a light that's flickering. And I'm not spending my money for that. So I started making candles. Beeswax, yes, when you make them, you can light them immediately, but I felt like I wasn't getting the scent throw that I was getting from soy. But I was in a forum and I kept seeing coconut soy wax and apricot coconut wax. So I'm like, you know what? I've been doing soy just on its own for a while. Let me branch out. So I ordered 10 pounds from Candle Science. And the instructions for the wax is in line with like regular soy, but it's a little bit simpler to me. So we're going to be heating this wax up to 185 degrees, okay? You add the fragrance or essential oil, remove from the heat, and stir for 2 minutes. You need to pour this wax at 170 and then allow them to cure for 2 weeks, which is what I do all the time, because the longer you let a soy candle sit to cure, the better the fragrance is when you do light it. That's why I'm starting to do the candles now, because my wine is due in 2 weeks, so it's just perfect timing. Now with regular soy, I get it to 185. I believe that I have to wait until like 170 to then add the fragrance, but with this one, it's saying at 185 to add the fragrance oil. And I'm just looking at the fragrance oil bottle here. It will tell you the flash point, which it says the flash point for hair is 180. So I'm going to wait until hear me out. I'm going to wait until the temperature is at 175 to put it in, because I don't want to put it in at its flash point. And then I think putting it in at 175, waiting for it to get to 170 to pour, wouldn't be too quick of a jump for that. Adding the fragrance and stirring might make it cool down a little bit, but trust me, all the times I wanted wax to cool down fast, it never does until you walk away. So we're gonna get the math together, but the first step is to portion out the wax. I have these 14-ounce clear glass jars that I got from Amazon for the candles. I really like, let me just put this here. Okay, so I got these 12-ounce glass jars from Amazon. I like when I get a candle, I'm not wasting my time with like a little baby 8-ounce something. Like, I want to stay with it for some time. So what we need to do for this lovely jar is to make the labels for it. We're going to put the wicks in it. We're going to put the warning stickers, all that different stuff. I like to have that all on the jar before I pour, because once I pour the wax, I don't like to disturb it until the next day. Like, I let 24 hours go by before I'm trying to move it so that it sets right. So let's get into that. In goes my wax to melt down, and I'm going to get my candle tumblers ready to go. Now that all of my candle tumblers are prepped, I'm checking on the temperature of the wax. Again, I don't know why my camera did me like this, but it's right where it needs to be, so I'm taking it off of the heat. I'm letting it cool down a little bit before I add in the fragrance oil because it's at its flash point temperature. So I'm getting all of the little lychee scents ready to go. And once this is done, I like to pour them in one by one because I want to give the fragrance oil enough time to bind to the wax as I'm stirring it in. So you don't want to stir it in too fast. You want to take your time because it's all about, like, you know, are you aerating it too much by stirring too fast? Take your time, enjoy yourself. I actually make sure to set a timer so I don't rush. I'm gonna let these candles cure for 2 weeks and then they'll be ready to burn. I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you on the next one.